Okay, let's talk about the top 10 point guards of all time because Chris Paul is retiring, and I've talked to a lot of people about him not being in my top five. He is in the top 10, but he's not in my top five. Top 10 point guards of all time. Magic Johnson, number one, undisputed. Steph Curry can do whatever he wants. In the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, he's not passing Magic Johnson. I'm sorry. Magic Johnson is number one. He is, when you say point guard, you say Magic Johnson. He's number one. Passes, ability to thread the needle, his ability to play all five positions, to defend wherever he wants. He just didn't have an outside shot for real, but he didn't need it the way he was playing. He put pressure on the rim. It's a lost art. One aspect of being a point guard is you put pressure on the rim, and regardless of how big you are, you got to make them feel you down there. Steph Curry is two. And this is hard for some people because people want to preserve their top five, top 10 and say Steph Curry's not a point guard. Well, let's say he's a point guard and then put him in here. So put him in here as a point guard. He's number two. The main reason that I have Steph Curry at number two is not really because he has four championships. It's really because at the end of the day, he's outperformed his adversaries when it matters the most. He he slayed the Oklahoma City dynasty as it was known from 2009 to 2016. He put the dagger in the coffin. He beat LeBron James on the biggest stage multiple times. Yeah, he had help. I'm not acting like that didn't happen, but he played well, and when he didn't play well, they lost. But he played well. So he outcompeted his adversaries when it mattered the most, and he's just a resetter of basketball. He's gonna retire with 5,700 threes, maybe 6,000 threes, which is unfathomable considering the fact that Reggie Miller was the first the or Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were the two godfathers of the three who he wanted to pass, and they were both hovering around 2,000, 2,400 or whatever. Um, John Stockton is three. I love the story about how somebody went back and counted all of Stockton's assists, and they were like, "Dang, he really had all of them assists." Because Stockton is that dude. I love John Stockton. He's that guy. As a basketball player, um, just make want to make that clear. Uh, I like Stockton so much. I used to play with the Jazz. My brothers will tell you on NBA Live 98, I was playing with the Jazz, Stockton and Malone, Hornacek, all of them guys. I was getting buckets with them dudes. And I think Vinny Del Negro might have been on. No, he was on the Clippers, maybe. Anyway, the point is that Stockton, as a basketball player, really, really the one of the maestros of the pick and roll. Isaiah Thomas, number four. He's number four to me because he was the general of the Bad Boys. He is also somebody who went head to head with his adversaries and competed well against them. He has positive records against the likes of Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson and Bird, I believe. His crossover was lethal, and he was just a babyface assassin. Jason Kidd at number five can't disrespect the fact that he was as a point guard. And I'm sorry, I don't really consider Oscar Robertson a point guard because I can't. I don't know where to rank him ever. I've never. I just don't have it. When I think of Oscar Robertson, I just think of all these ridiculous stats, kind of some Will Chamberlain stuff. But I just never seen any real film. As far as Jason Kidd, putting on for point guards, getting triple doubles, filling up the stat sheet, the best rebounding point guard before Russell Westbrook came into the NBA, and that means a lot because Russell Westbrook has 10,000 rebounds, but best rebounding guard since or before Westbrook reset the books. Kid won in multiple places. He went to the finals in multiple places, and he was really a problem, especially he once his athleticism kind of didn't get him all the way to the cup anymore when he turned 28, 9, started battling some injuries, 30 really, started battling some injuries. He just developed into this lethal isolation scorer while also still dropping ridiculous dimes. And then later in his career, obviously becoming a three-point guy, especially for the Mavericks while they won the championship. Chris Paul falls right below him, coming in at number six. Definitely a guy who I have lots to say about as far as making jokes and stuff, but Chris Paul is exactly who he thinks he is, and he's annoying. He's probably really annoying to play against, but 2008, 9, 10, 12, Chris Paul was nobody was seeing Chris Paul at all. Literally nobody. And that's why Steph Curry is again so higher on the list because he's one of the guys who started to see him and Westbrook, who's next on the list. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Steve Nash right below him, two-time MVP, can't ignore that. Jerry West, point guard for the Lakers, before Magic. And then Kyrie. I have Kyrie at 10.